Okay, today I want to talk about Oberlo. Oberlo is your friend. I mean, does a lot of things for you. I mean, it processes your orders for you via AliExpress. It's primarily using AliExpress. There are a bunch of other applications you can use with Shopify that allows you to ship things, but they basically do all the processing. It comes with Shopify already. You don't have to add it. I'm going to show you a student store here, and we're going to show you how you go about using new products and using Oberlo. So here is the total sales for the month, $968. We're going to actually use this as well later to do an ad because it's getting a little stagnant. Ads kind of run their course after a while. So you got to do new products, new things. So what we're going to do is explain Oberlo. Now, you never want to log into Oberlo.com. Never want to do that, okay? What you want to do is you always want to go to your applications right here and select Oberlo. Now, we got a bunch of other stuff, and these are just, things that you can add to make your site more viable. But here is Oberlo. Okay. Now, what this is a kind of a staging area for your products. So let's give it a second. Okay. So it goes and it keeps track of your sales. It keeps track of your orders, your cost, your earnings, $586 dollars in the last 30 days of earnings. So this is not taking into account. This isn't taking into account the cost of the products. Okay. So the cost for this month, they made $1,700, and they've earned $586. Now, we need to update these ads, and we need to do some other things with it. But I want to show you how Oberlo works. Okay. So here are all the products that have been loaded. And there's a ton of them. Actually, these are the ones that are sold, the top items. So if you want to look at your products, you go in here. And you can see the entire list of products on here, right? And it would give you the Shopify price, the cost. That's actually wrong. It's $39. I know that for sure. And you can see, kind of what your profit margins are on each item, right? This one I have to look at again, right? So you have to be able to look at your cost. Did the price go up? I don't think it did, but these are things that you do in your daily maintenance with your stuff. And she actually was going to sell some other stuff on there as like a free gift kind of a thing. So there's a few other things, but it's mostly kitchen stuff and a lot of knives. Knives are her biggest sellers. Now, the way you go about putting a product or looking at a product is you go to import list. Now, these are imported from AliExpress. We'll have a whole other thing on AliExpress. I just want to look at Oberlo for right now. Okay. So you've gone to AliExpress. You found some knives that are interested. This one already tells me this product's already in there. So I don't really need to re-import it. But I know they changed the price. They have a really good deal on it. But I'm going to leave that one alone. So we're going to go to the next product. Now, here's a nice set. Okay. 3-piece. This is laser Damascus pattern. This isn't real Damascus. So when you do your products, you got to make sure you know what you're selling. All right. You say stainless steel, 440C, stainless steel, right? You don't say Damascus. You say Damascus pattern if you say anything. But you do not want to say Damascus knife because that's a whole nother 67-layer hand-forged knife that's way more expensive, and you want to get into that problem. You want to make sure that you're giving them the right thing. Now, we go in here, and this is the description. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out. We don't care about the brand. We just want the basic information in here. Okay? Now we're doing what we call drop shipping, of course. So we said, let's see, how do we want to say? We want to say not sold in stores. Okay. And we'll bold that. Okay. And then we're going to say, to pass on the savings to you, we buy directly from our, let's see, we ship directly from, let's do that. We ship directly from our warehouses in order to pass on the savings to you. Now, the reason we're saying this is that drop shipping is going to take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. So we're going to say, please allow 3 to 4 weeks for delivery. Now, there are ways to get faster delivery. What we usually do is we usually use something called ePacket, and we'll explain that a little later. Let's go here and change this to heading 3 to make it bigger, right? And bold. And fix that. Okay. So we're trying to cover ourselves on this one. Now, can we get it quicker? Yes. The issue is if we do it quicker out of a US-based shipping, we might get it in 2 to 5 days. But then our prices are going to go way up because the shipping is going to be much more expensive. So we're trying to offer the least amount of money. So by giving them this really good price, they're going to allow us to wait 3 or 4 weeks for the delivery, right? If they want it tomorrow or 3 days, they're going to have to go, somewhere else, or we can do 2 to 5 days, but that price is going to be higher. And the reason people usually buy is because they like the price here, right? So we can look at variance. Now, our cost for this 2-piece is $21.99. Now, the nice thing about Oberlo, it'll go around and look at the industry and say, what is everybody selling these for? $35.99. Okay, I want to be a little less than that. I do. So I'm going to say $33.99. I have to have some profit, okay? It's not a lot of profit, but it's some. Now, I can set myself up and say normal price is, and this is whatever you want to do, but we can do that. That way you can say, hey, I'm going to offer 50% off, right? I'm still getting a great deal, $33.99 for these knives, but we're going to say hits 50% off. Now, you don't have to do that all the time. There's different strategies. I like to give 40% off, 50% off. That way they feel like they're getting a deal. You're getting into the psychology of marketing, okay? So we set it up here. We're set the pricing. Now we're done. Now this is a very simple example because it's only one type of set. Sometimes these things have 40 or 50 variants. It doesn't. So we're going to go with that. This is fine. Now we're going to go back to the description and the product itself. Now let's see. We need to get rid of some of this stuff, right? So knife set. We're just going to say 3-piece Japanese chef knives. Laser Damascus pattern, 440 C stainless steel. That's all we need. Okay? We don't need that much. Now, we want to put it in a collection. These are collections that are in your Shopify store. All these different things are in the store, right? So we're going to put it in kitchen knives. And we're also going to put it in bestsellers. Bestsellers is an area on your Shopify that should be on your front page always. Okay? So it's going to go to kitchen knives and bestsellers. Now, we still have a few more things I want to do. We want to check the images out. Okay? I want to get as many images as possible. So I'm going to go here, go here. We're going to get the sizing of the knives, all this stuff. Now, you don't want to specifically say that it's coming from China. Okay? Because people have a thing about China. But, I mean, let's face it, they make a ton of stuff that's here, right? So, it's fine. But, if it's got Chinese lettering in it and all that, I would probably not use those images. Okay? So, these are all the images that are going to be imported into the Shopify store. Okay? So, let's go back up. Let's look at a couple of more things. Now, in the variants, there's also a few other things in here that we can look at. So let's look at a few things here. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I guess it's in the... Okay. The one thing I wanted to show you is in the shipping here, right? So here are all the available things, types of shipping that you can do. Now this one only offers one type of shipping. 20 to 38 days. Not that bad. Okay? It's probably going to be right in the middle. That's right around our 3 to 4 weeks. So 20 to 38 days, I will take it. It's free, so it's not going to cost you anything to ship this. It might take a while. Now, if there had other types of shipping, that would have other things that you would select, and you would go in and select that. So ePacket, they don't have it on this one for some reason. You'd go in and say it might be $2.99 or $4. So you would select ePacket, and then it would say something like 14 to 23 days or something, a little faster. There's UPS and all that stuff. You really don't want to get into that because then you're going to look at $12, $15, $20 shipping, and you just blown your margin right there. So you'd have to sell it for a lot more. Okay, so we're actually getting real free shipping with this, which is great. So now the only thing you have to do is import it into your store, because we've changed we got all the images, the description, the product, right? Now we're going to import that into our store. We put it in the right collections, import to store. Okay, now let's give it a second. All right, now we want to edit the product on Shopify. So it is in our store. So we go simply to Shopify. And there's the thing right there. Look, everything's there. There's your price, your compare price, all that. Now, we can actually view it and see what it looks like in the actual store. And boom, there you go. Pretty cool and quick. All right, add to cart. One, it's very simple. Not sold in stores. And then we got the stuff that we put in there, all the images that we put. Now, what I would probably do in an ad is make a video out of this and, you know, put a slideshow to show all the features, because in an ad, you want them to show, you know, as much as you can on the knife. And you see, we took the stuff that we didn't need out of there. We put in what knives they're getting. Let's see. Oh, they're only getting 3, so I'm going to have to change that. And that's something you have to look at, too. Oh, knife sets. Never mind. 3 pieces, steak cleaver knife, and a fruit, vegetable, meat knife. Okay, so that's fine. Sorry. I just misread that. So it is ready to go. The ad is ready to roll. Oberlo is your friend. I think you can do up to 500 different shipping actions a month for free. So it really doesn't cost you anything. They're just a go-between between you and AliExpress. They do the interaction. They handle the mechanism to get to AliExpress to ship. Now, AliExpress actually does the actual shipping, but Oberlo will go in and track that too. So we can go and look at orders. So here are all the orders that have been done for this store lately. So let me show you that. There's an orders button right here. I click. Let me move that over. Orders, right? So it'll tell you in processing. Oh, we haven't ordered this one yet. So I'm going to have to get on my client to say, hey, you got some that you haven't ordered. See, so it shows you where you are. Oh, she hasn't ordered quite a bit. We got to get her going. So that's one of the things you want to check daily. Wow, she hasn't done some in a while. So these are things you want to do daily because she's behind. So we got to figure out what's going on with that. And it could be a question that she hasn't synced up with AliExpress, because if you don't sync these up, there's a way to sync everything up, and we'll show that on processing. They don't, but we've got to get with her because it doesn't look like she's been doing her ordering lately. So I've got to get with her on that to see what's going on, because you don't want this to be any longer, because what happens there is now we're a week after they ordered. So now that 15, 20 days turns into 22, 27 days, right? So you want to stay on these. So I'm going to have to get with my client on that. But as you can see, Oberlo tracks everything that's going. So if you go farther down, processing, right? And then we're going to go down to the next page. You should see a shipped on these. Shipped. Okay, so it tells you where you are with all the items that are being sold. Ship, in processing. Some take a little longer than others because you're coming from different distributors. Okay, so when you're coming from different distributors, it's going to take a little longer depending on your items. So that's why it's very important to also pick whoever's sending it to, and make sure they've got a good rating. Make sure that, and we'll talk about that in AliExpress, and make sure that they have been around for a while. Now, we did have some issues, coronavirus, Chinese New Year. So we are behind right now, but they're catching up in China. So don't worry about that if you're worried about the virus and all that coming up. If you have any questions, please let me know. We can go in depth on this if, when you want a one-on-one session. But Oberlo is a really cool tool. Always go from the apps. Do not log into that. I cannot stress that enough. People get lost because they log into Oberlo.com. So always get to Oberlo from here in your apps. We'll open up there and you'll get to the right portion of the Oberlo. Because if you log in, it's not going to be connected to your store. Okay? Have a great day.